What's up, guys? 2025 is right around the corner, and these are the 4 things that I think that you need to let go of, stop doing, or just get rid of out of your life if you want to be happy and succeed in 2025. 4 little things, not 100. So let's dive right into it. Number 1, you probably already know, but it's your bad habits. Now, what are your bad habits? I don't know. It could be overeating. It could be porn. It could be drinking. It could be smoking a little bit. Whatever your bad habit, your vice is, the thing you turn to all the time. Maybe it's a vape. Whatever that is, you need to get rid of it. You need to remove that from your life. And in order to do this, you can't just give up a habit. It's super hard to do. Some people can do it. I was able to give up smoking super easy when I was younger. Drinking was a little bit harder. I got over biting my nails once. Those are things that are, were easy to get over, but there's certain things that I had to replace with other habits in order to do so. So just get rid of your old habits by replacing them with a new habit, making it hard to access that habit. I recommend the book Atomic Habits if you haven't heard of it already. It's a really good book on how to stop bad habits and start new good habits, and really the science behind habits and why we are the way we are. So recommend checking that one out. But number 1 would be to get rid of your bad habits. They're not serving you in any way. They're slowing you down, whether it's overeating, it's making you feel sluggish, you get all your serotonin from your stomach. And if you're feeding it gross, terrible things, then the feelings that you're going to be getting are going to be gross, terrible feelings that you're going to connect to your thoughts, and it's just not going to be good. So if you're watching too much porn, you're ruining your social life, your sex life, you're ruining your motivation, you're spending way too much time doing that. That could even go hand in hand with social media, things like that too. Like, stop doom scrolling. Try to figure out a way to not doom scroll so much and replace that with maybe reading something that can actually help you and learn, or working on the thing you're supposed to be working on. That's the porn and TikTok. Those 2 things are going to just consume all your time and energy up, and then you're going to feel gross afterwards, whether either one. So yeah, I recommend getting rid of those. Drinking, I'll just say it now, drinking is always been like a love-hate thing with me. I love to drink because it's fun, but I realize that it's not serving me in any way. I've never said, oh man, I'm glad I drank that night, but I have said, I'm glad I didn't drink, or I feel so much better today because we didn't drink. It's just a poison in your body that you don't need. I'm not saying quit it forever, still use it on celebrations if you are someone who can handle that and doesn't have a drinking problem, because I don't think that it's just like a 90-10 thing. 90% of the time you don't drink, but maybe 10% of the year you do when you feel like you can or want to celebrate in some way or whatever. But I always say, don't celebrate with the things that you got rid of because I feel like that's just gonna end up, if you have trouble with those things, it's just gonna show you oh man, I really like that thing, and you're gonna get back into it and it's gonna slow you down again. So totally up to you on that one. And same with the puff. For me, I know that I can't even touch the stuff, because then I'll just fall back in love with it and want to smoke it more often and again and again and again. And the hard part with that is it just makes me lazy, and I rely on it for sleep. So if I don't have it, I won't be able to sleep properly. But when I'm not on it, I sleep really well. So it's a pretty interesting thing. But it takes me a few days to be off of it in order to do that. So I know that for me personally, that's a bad habit that I just don't need to be a part of. So yeah, number 1, get rid of your bad habits. Number 2, get rid of your judgy friends, your judgy family members, people in your life that are just making you feel like crap. Why are you hanging around them? Why are you talking to them? It's time to remove them from your circle. They're no longer serving you. We don't need that here. And move on and find new friends. Open up the space for inviting in new friends that lift you up, that have the same hobbies as you, because you'll realize if you do quit all those other things, number 1, then they'll just kind of leave themselves, because they're they're no fun anymore. You don't blah, 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 blah. You'll realize that when you're your worst version of yourself, that you have the most friends. And then when you're the best version of yourself, you have the least friends. But like they say, it's lonely at the top, but it doesn't have to be completely lonely. There's a lot of people that are into the same things that you're into. You're just not focusing on them or allowing space for them. And it's probably because you are around people who are making you feel like you shouldn't be doing the things you're trying to do, trying to better yourself. Or they say, oh, it's just one piece of cake. It's just one piece of cake. But how do they know you don't have an eating disorder, or that'll slow you down? Or if it's just one drink or whatever it is, you don't need those people in your life. They're not serving you anymore. So let's remove them from your life. And family members, I know that can be a really, really hard one too, but maybe just more space, more, what's the word I'm looking for? More boundaries. Yeah, you got to set more boundaries when it comes to family members, maybe, instead of cutting them off completely. But once you put those boundaries out, you're going to be like, dang, I can breathe. You know what? Cut them off. But that's just me. Anyways, number 3, let's get rid of those jobs that are just holding you down. I'm not saying to quit your job right away. Obviously, start looking for a new one, a better one, something that serves you, because the job that's not paying enough, making you work long hours, making it so you miss all your family events, things like that, like that's just not serving you. There's so many things that you can do in life right now that give you more freedom as far as like making money. Like for instance, before I quit, or when I was working for Nordstrom, I really hate that place. I started doing DoorDash here on the side and then realized I really liked it because I can like listen to podcasts, I can learn and grow, I can be by myself, kind of be in a meditative state while I'm doing it and not being like bombarded by like negative customers and things like that. So it was when I realized that, and I was like, man, I don't even need this job. Like I can quit that and do this. And from there, gave myself more free time, started doing more YouTube, things like that, more TikTok. And then I realized that I can get clients with all the free time that I have. And so that's what I started doing. And now I'm building that business as well because I gave myself the free time and I let go of that thing that wasn't serving me, which was Nordstrom and those jobs that just had me stuck in a place for a certain amount of hours. Now don't get me wrong, like I still needed to make money, but I figured out that I could work like 2 hours in this chunk and then 4 hours in a chunk later on. And I had so much time in the morning and the afternoon and then even in the evening that I can work on these things for myself. So that was for me letting go of a job that didn't serve me anymore. So don't just quit, but try to find something that's going to work better for you so that you don't just go broke. Or if you did just get fired, realize that it's an opportunity to find something better that does serve you. So yeah, let's go in order. Bad habits, they're gone. Judgy family members and friends, they're out of here. And then that stupid job that's just weighing you down and making you feel like crap, not giving you any time, that's out of here too. And number 4 is last, but definitely not least, all right? We need to get rid of the negative storytelling that we're telling ourselves all the times. We need to get rid of trying to be happy, because when you're trying to be happy, you're never going to be happy. It's just going to always be like right out of reach. You need to stop telling yourself that you're not good enough. Stop telling yourself that everything is personal, like someone just cut you off because they hate you and they didn't like the way you looked or that you smelled funny or whatever. Like those are the things that are going to keep you stuck and not moving and not growing or going towards your goals. Or how am I supposed to quit and find a job in this economy? If you think in lack, you're going to always attract and see lack. We have something in our brain called our RAS, our reticular activating system, and that thing focuses on what we think about. So if we're thinking about negative things all the time, we're only going to see the negative, we're only going to see the lack, we're never going to see the opportunity, and things just aren't going to go our way. So we need to stop with all that negative storytelling. I think that's the number one way to start. It's the most important thing. I just wanted to give you guys some real ones before, so you don't just hang up on my video. And for the ones who did make it to the end, you really got the juice here, the information that I should be charging for, but of course it's going to be free because I love you guys. Yeah, I just feel like once we start telling a different story, things will become a lot better. We'll see abundance, we'll see opportunity, and then we'll feel good from that abundance and opportunity. And from there, we can attract more and more and more and more. And it's just a beautiful cycle. And then when things don't go according to plan, we can go, well, that didn't go according to plan, but now I have this, this, and this I can see here, and I shouldn't have gone that way, but now I'm going to go this way. And then boom, now that's success. That's using a failure to succeed, which people usually use failure to mean that they're not good enough. So yeah, let's go ahead and wrap it up here, guys. Get rid of those bad habits, get rid of those judgy friends, quit that job. Just kidding, don't quit unless you find something better. And then stop the negative storytelling, stop trying to be happy, and just exist. Hope this video really helped anybody out there. If you have anything to add to this list, please leave a comment down below. I'll be posting videos once every other day or so. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.